Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Darkpool Algo, and thanks for joining me again on a weekend. Today, we're going to go over the rules and communication preferences and what we're going to use for the small account challenge. We're going to go from, I think, 610 to 6375, something like that. Basic rules are going to be it's going to be a combination of options and equities. The goal is to go obviously from 600-ish to 6,000-ish. We're not going to set a timeline on this. I feel like the time frame obviously puts a little bit too much pressure to get to a monetary number, which can lead to bad decisions. There may be days where we don't take trades. There may be days where we take several trades. So the purpose of this video is going to be, one, to go over how to trade a cash account. If you've never traded a cash account, I want you to be able to understand the principles behind it. Okay, first and foremost, with a cash account, you do not have a PDT rule. You are able to trade the amount of cash that's available in your account. Now, in order to do that on a daily basis, you don't want to spend all of your money because there is a 2-day clearing time on equities. On options, I believe it's a 1-day. So, for example, let me just put up some numbers here. I'm going to use 600 as our number, and I'm going to bring this up a little bit so that everybody can see this. Okay, so if we have $600 on day one, right, that means we can spend 300 on trades, right? We would want to close those out at the end of the day or swing overnight. I prefer not to swing overnight, so we're just going to get rid of that. All right, so we're going to close everything out at the end of the day. So we've spent $300 on the first day. That means day two we have 300 left to spend. All right. So on day two, we spend that 300 and then we close that out at the end of the day. Right? So now we're into day three. So this is day one. This is day two. And now we're into day three. So day three, right? The way that it works is the settlement time. If we've closed everything out on day one, the amount from day one is available to spend, on day three, right? So let's say at the end of day one, we closed everything for $450. Right, we made $150 that day. So on day three, that means we would have $450 to spend, right? So the original 300 plus our profit of 150 gives us 400 to spend on day three. However, day four, right, spend on day three, closing out end of day. However, now we're into day four. Let me just make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so we're in day four. How much do you think we have to spend, right? We have whatever we had on day three, or day two. So let's say on day two, we closed out with $250. We took a $50 loss on day two. So day four comes around, that gives us $250 to spend, which is the amount from day two is available to spend on day four, closing out in the day, right? Now we're into day five, which is a Friday, right? So on Friday, we've got whatever amount we had from day three available, right? So let's say on day three, right, we made another $150. So we have 600. All right, we made 600. So on day five, we would have 600 to spend, right? Now, I have some personal feelings about Fridays. Okay, one, don't lose your butt on a Friday. Don't take all of this week's gains and throw it back into the market on a Friday. It's just crazy out there. Now, there are a couple things I will play on Friday. One is 0 data expiration XPX calls, right? Or XPX calls or puts. The other would be, it would have to be massive uptrending, uptrending, I don't want to say penny stocks, but like stocks, right? Right. Those would obviously be reviewed that morning and determined whether they would be successful or not. And now remember, we only have 600 to spend for that entire day, right? If we go over the amount, then we're going to get a warning or a notification from the broker saying that we're spending unresolved funds, and the verbiage may vary from broker to broker. But basically, it's saying that you're spending funds that haven't settled yet, unsettled funds, and that if you were to close that position out, that you would. They basically they don't like you. They give you a very stiff warning. Yeah, so it's just best practice not to do it, right? So let's say day 5, which is Friday, right? Friday. Right, we have that 600 to spend, which is from day 3. Right, spend from day 3. All right, so we can look at some SPX calls and puts, or massive uptrending stocks. Now, this synopsis here is for trading options. I believe it works with equities as well, depending on your broker. Now, I'm not really sure what everybody has for brokers, so you'll need to do some research between now and when we begin to see what the turnaround time is, the transition. There's a specific word for it: transition period, settlement period for equities and options. Tastyworks is day +1. So if you close it that day, it's available the next day. Thinkorswim is the same. Robinhood is the same. Webull is the same, I believe, on options. I'll have to double check on equities. Moomoo, my new favorite broker, is also available the next day on options. So I'll have to double check, but I believe that information is accurate. We will have some discussions, and this is a great segue into the next portion of this video. The next portion of this video is going to be the communication area, right? I use EchoFin. I have a subscription with them. EchoFin is the social network for traders. Basically, think Discord, but for traders, right? This is what EchoFin interface looks like here. I'm gonna make this nice and large, and I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of some of these channels. I'm gonna post the team invite link is gonna be posted with this video, right? The nice thing about EchoFin is they have a desktop application, they have a mobile application, they have a web-based application. Very similar to Discord in that you've got different chat rooms, right? The nice thing about EchoFin versus Discord is that I can have 3 different chat rooms up at the same time on the same screen. I've also got some free widgets that we're going to be using. We've got a stock screener, right, that we can utilize, right? The old stock screener here. We've got data flash. Oh, did I get rid of that? Data flash is obviously news-based information. We've got a stock watch list column over here on the right. We can throw in, let's say, Apple, right? We add it to the old watch list, right? We can click on it, or we throw it to the watch list. We've got market overview, which shows us things that's going on as far as commodities go. You know, the ES, mini, gold, crude, natural gas, any sort of bond market information, right? Bonds are hot these days. Equities, right? Apple, Google, those type of things. We have market movers, right? Which is a list of gainers and losers and most active, right? It takes the top 5 most active stocks, so we can get a lot of good information from here. Any sort of trends, right? Gainers, losers, and trends. We've got a stock map of the 30 most active stocks, right? I feel like I turned something off on accident. I mean, it's just, oh, this is the stock screener. So we can throw a name in here to get a little bit of due diligence to see what's going on. You know, 3-month chart, interactive chart. If we need to move it around, we can. About the company, any key metrics, right? Any related news, that's always good to have. Any sort of economic calendar, we'll be checking this all the time because news can affect things. Get some Talking Twitter notifications, right? I've currently got Bloomberg, you know, Financial Times, Market Watch, all of those guys, they'll come through. Live TV, if we ever wanted to watch the TV, we could do that, right? Anything about, you know, the market. We've got data flash. There's one other that I took out of here, and I don't know why, but I turned charts off. Let me throw charts back on, and that's widgets. Let me just widgets and trading view. Is that trading tools? All right, there we go. Now we have charts. Let's see, widgets, sort. All right, so that's showing up over here. So this is our charting. We've got charting built in. We've got 2 different charts. This is the default trading view chart, free chart, limits you to 5 indicators, right? That would be found up here in the upper right, right? We've got some news coming in, right? All right, so market overview, stocks, watch list. I'll rearrange those a little bit. I do like this screener. We'll get it to work. I may just be clicking too fast. The other nice thing about Ecofin is that aside from the different channels that you have the access to, we'll have a video on how to draw smart fibs. We'll have an educational area for all of the videos that I've done. We can link directly to Tastyworks, so you can trade directly from this platform if you wanted. If you have Tastyworks, you can put in your information and have their web-based trading platform right here for you. Pretty nice so far. You know, should be getting excited about the technology. I've got an external link to FlowTrade. If you're a member of FlowTrade, you can just click on that. It'll take you outside to FlowTrade. We've got this Smarter Trader charts that I put in here for us. The reason I like these charts, I'm going to be honest, I'm not an affiliate with these guys. I don't make anything from them. I don't have any sort of sign up or anything like that. I like it because, for one, they've got some pretty nifty tools here. Like, let me just show you, for example, we'll use Apple. We've got a 4-chart layout. You can throw up 4 different charts if you want. This is all individualized to you. Let me see if I can figure out how to do the 1 chart. I haven't really used this one that much. Let's do, yeah, so 1 chart. It'll keep asking you to log in and join and this, that, and the other. I don't have any affiliation with this. You don't need it. I guess maybe you would need to log in to change the workspace to a single chart. All right. Yeah, let me just... 1 second here, because I don't know if I've got that saved. Oh, gee, many crickets. Let's just do this. For the sake of keeping this video short and sweet, I'm just gonna, I'll figure out my login for that later. If you want to change it from a 4 chart to a single chart, you do have to create a free account with them. But what's important is I wanted to show you the whole reason I have this tool in here is they have what's called smart fibs, right? You can click on smart fib and your high, and it'll figure out the low for you, so you can do some automated Fibonacci tools. There's a couple of other smart tools that they have in here, like smart support, right? Smart resistance, right? Weekly encapsulation, right? This is nice if you want to do, let's say we find a ticker over here that's running, right? For example, let's go to, right, VTNR, right? I don't know who they are, but we can throw them up in the chart real quick. See that they had a massive move, right? Obviously we can't chase that, so let's look at Cron, right, Chronos. So we can throw Cron over here. I'm going to get rid of weekly encapsulation. So I'm looking at the 1-day chart, like, let me throw on a smart fib. Jeez. Am I doing the right thing? I can throw on a smart fib from, this point here, or from this low. And it throws the fib. This would be the Fibonacci area that we're in right now, right? It's like, oh, there it is. So that's kind of just a neat little tool. Yes, I will log in later, but that's just built into the chart, or built into the platform that I've added into the platform. I had to program it in a little bit, but that's their morning updates is where I will post news for every morning. If you want to see it in a larger view, you can here. You can kind of get a look. What's nice is any of these tickers, when you click on it, it'll bring up information about it, any specific related news, right? That's pretty nice. But it's also nice when you go over here to search and you want to look up Ulta, right? The search is dynamic and it'll bring up any notifications that Ulta was in. I've been talking about Twitter quite recently, so bring up Twitter. It brings up any time that Twitter's been mentioned. It's really nice to be able to do that. You're also able to get an overview of any signals, which is the next chat room I wanted to talk about. So we've got the trading floor, which is where most of the communication will take place. We've got signals, which is where call-outs will be for potential plays. I'm going to say this now. All right. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Do your own diligence. It's your own money. You do what you want with it. Paper trade if you don't feel comfortable. If you're just learning, you have to make those decisions for yourself. Don't do anything I do because I'm not a financial advisor. Now, I've protected myself legally and we're good. Signals will be where any potential plays or any stocks that I am going to look at doing, right? That they'll come up in this format here, right? Where it'll say what the ticker is, entries, if it's call put, expiration, cost. It'll throw a nice little image on there so you can see what we were looking at the time. You just got to find this, close that over here. So that signal market analysis is a little different, right? We can do a technical analysis on the stock. I'll try to include a link to whatever chart I'm looking at. I did a little bit of a technical analysis over here for Twitter. I was actually able to throw up the old smart money dark pool algorithm right in there in that. So news, search, we've got a nice search over there. So yeah, we can. So that's trading views, signals, technical analysis. Results will be if anybody wants to post the results here. We've got a lounge, So look at this. We've got 6 different chat rooms up. So you're never going to miss a message, unlike Discord where you have to depend upon signals and this, that, and the other. So yeah, so this is a lounge. No trading talk in here. This is all just, no technical analysis. We can just talk about whatever it needs to be. So that is the communication piece is going to be EchoFin. You can manage whichever broker you want. You can do $600 paper money. You got to, if you were learning to practice, paper trade. And yeah, so I will include the team link in this video. If you have any questions, it's probably best to get signed into EchoFin and let me know if you have any questions. You can reach out to me there directly. And I think that's it. I'm looking to begin this. We have a short week next week. I will wait for the group consensus on whether we start next week or the week after. This may, if we would do the week after, it may give people some time to get their cash account set up. Some people may have to fund them. Paper, how to learn how to get the paper account set up to fund the paper trading account. So yeah, I'm excited, and hopefully you are too. So once again, my name is Darpool Algo. Thanks for joining me. I try to keep this video short and sweet. If you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter. If you have not got your free trial of Flow Trade yet, go ahead and get signed up for that. Get signed up for it. Let's figure out when we want to start this challenge. If you haven't started your trial yet, you might want to start it the week that we start the challenge, because you do get the 7-day free trial, and it will definitely help out your trading. So with that being said, thanks for joining me. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and go over and turn on notifications for more stock market content. Have a great day.